My name is Casey Price. I'm Frameline's Executive Director.
I'm Travis Mathews. I'm the director of I Want Your Love, which is playing here tonight at the Castro.
My name is Brontez Purnell. I am a co-star in I Want Your Love, which is playing here tonight.
Excellent, great. Okay, so the theme of Frameline36 is Find Your Story. What story are you trying to highlight in I Want Your Love?
I wanted to do something that was a very contemporary look at a particular segment of the gay community or the queer community in San Francisco that I knew, that I felt wasn't really being shown in a very honest or naturalistic light in a lot of movies that I was seeing. And so that was a lot of my motivation, was to show very intimate relationships, very honest, very good, bad, ugly relationships among a group of gay men in contemporary San Francisco. And the story itself is a little bit of a Tales of the City in reverse, because the main character, has been in San Francisco for quite a while, and he's not Marianne Singleton moving from Cleveland, Ohio to San Francisco. He's moving from San Francisco back to Ohio, and it's everything that goes along with that.
Brontez, do you have anything to add to
that? I think the story that it's trying to highlight, or the reason I signed on for the project, was that it's just boys in the Bay Area looking for love, and it was so close to, when I read the script, it was so close to what I've experienced here that I thought that I would have something to add and say to it. And so,
excellent.
I think it's a very true story, and I think it's one that a lot of people will reverberate with.
Great, excellent, good. So this was based on a short film that you made, last year, the year before last?
I did. I made a short film called I Want Your Love in 2010, and basically I had written the feature script in late 2009, and Naked Sword, which is a local porn company in San Francisco, they were interested in working with me, and they approached me and said, do you have a project that you want to pitch us? And I said, I just finished this first draft of this script. And before they wanted to sign on to really finance a whole feature, they wanted me to do a short first. And so what we did is I took a scene out of the original script and massaged it to be a self-contained short. And then from that, there was enough enthusiasm from people, both in individuals and press, that Naked Sword were excited about jumping on board and financing the feature.
I did not know that was the reason. That's fascinating. Oh, and I haven't heard of that. That's really great. Excellent, good. So I guess for either of you, do you feel a personal connection to any of the characters or scenes in the film?
I think do you want to answer first? Or
yeah, okay. I love the part in the film where in the beginning, it's all of us just sitting there talking to Jesse about him moving home. And it's just been so, I don't know, it's a really classic scene, because it's just there's been so many times where I've been in someone's kitchen and it's whatever tragic thing has happened, one of our friends has to move away, one of our friends is on drugs and can't deal, one of our friends can't pay his rent, and we're just sitting there processing, being a family about it, trying to make it okay. So the opening scene is really important to me, and just and also the scenes where people are at work just talking,
where you're at work,
the S word, totally, or I'm at work, I don't know, it all feels just really, I don't know, kind of it's really true, and it's just it hits the gut.
Well, I think it's also true because, I approached this very much as a collaborative project. And so I had a script, and then, there were a couple of people in the film that I actually wrote for, and Brontez was one of those people. And so I really relied on workshopping with the characters to improv and do all of these things around workshopping, where I could pull pieces that were little nuggets that these guys were coming up with, that were honest and were coming out of their mouths, that felt very natural, and then incorporated them into the script. And so it's sometimes it's very blurry in terms of characters and who these guys are in real life. But to answer your question about me, I feel like I don't feel like there's any one person in this film that I'm completely identify with, but I feel like in some ways I'm all over this film because it is my film,
Right.
and my sensibility in a lot of ways.
Right.
So in that way, I definitely relate to it.
Excellent. Good. So one last question I have for both of you. So why or what do you enjoy about screening at Frameline?
Well, first of all, we're here at the Castro, and like I can't really downplay how exciting it is to be having a feature film play here with an audience, and that in and of itself is amazing. But the thing that I like so much about Frameline is people come to this festival in droves and with lots of enthusiasm. Like there's so many, the viewers that come to the screenings are always super engaged, and it seems very community focused, and it feels very San Francisco to me in a way that's really nice.
All right. Well, Travis and Brontez, thank you so much for talking to us. I
Yeah, my
appreciate
pleasure.
it.